we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and we are here for part 3 of cleaning cards for grading purposes. We have a shipment headed out to PSA that will go out this weekend. That is the weekend of the 21st, 22nd. I should put it in the mail tomorrow, so fingers crossed. But it is going out, and we need to clean the cards. We use this one to wipe off any dust or whatever, but more importantly, we're shifting them into the card savers that PSA requires you now to have them in, and also to document which cards are going, so you guys can see what's going and what's eventually coming back. So that's why we do it. So we'll do it. We did it on our first video this way, and we were happy with the end results for the most part. So we're going to keep going with that. So without further ado, let's get this grouping going. This is going to be 10 cards, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. And it is a weird 10 card lot. So let's switch over here and start. We're going to do the same thing as we did last time. Start at the bottom and work our way forward. The first 3 cards in this set have something in common. This here, card number 1, is Brett Favre's rookie card, his Pro Set Platinum rookie. One of the things about this card is we open it on What's in the Box Wednesday. And if you have been watching the series of our PSA reveals and cleanings and all that, you'll know that we sent this exact card, not this exact card, because that exact card has been graded and shipped out to Sugar, but we sent this card, his Pro Set Platinum rookie, to PSA. In the first shipment, it was Sugar's card, and for those of you who don't remember, it's been a little while, but we used to open on What's in the Box Wednesday. Sugar would send us wax boxes. He would find fairly inexpensive wax boxes for the most part, and he would purchase them, ship them to me, and he would send me a list of what cards he wanted. And if that card was there, he got it, and any card that wasn't on the list, we got to keep. And any card that he wanted, that there was 2 of, I could then have the second copy. So we sent out this Pro Set Platinum Brett Favre rookie for him in the first shipment, and it came back a 10. So he got his Brett Favre rookie back at a 10. This one now is going out for me, and this is not, again, like a lot of them, it'll become sellable when I get a better version, but I don't expect this one to come back as a 10. Just because I don't think we pulled 2 10s out of that box. I just don't see it. But it's there. Brett Favre, Atlanta Falcons rookie. 1991 Pro Set Platinum. The next card is a Brett Favre rookie from 1991 Pacific. You see the theme? I said these 3 cards had something in common. You see the theme here? If you haven't figured it out yet, if you have, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you haven't, just wait till the 3rd card comes. But yes, I was always a big Brett Favre fan. He was my favorite quarterback at, early in his career. He was my guy. I was a big Troy Aikman fan. And then when everyone jumped on the Cowboys bandwagon because they won 3 Super Bowls, I jumped over to be a Packers fan. I've told that story quite a lot on this channel. And I really liked Brett Favre. So all 3 of these Favre rookies, I gave away the secret. All 3 of these Favre rookies are keepable for me, but this is one of those situations where When it comes back a 7, I have less interest in it, and I need to buy another box and send it in again, and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade, and then sell them off for $1 or whatever I can get for them. While we so there's a Brett Favre rookie. And then the third card is his Score 91 rookie. Of the 3, I would assume that this is the most valuable. I don't know. I didn't do the research. But Score was one of the... Now, I wasn't as big into football back during this time as I was baseball. But I know that the big 4 sets for baseball were Topps, 91, there were 5 now, but it was Topps, Fleer, Donruss, Upper Deck, and Score. And I know that football had Pro Set, so that is one, but there wasn't really Donruss in football back then, so I just assumed that Pro Set took over for Donruss. I mean, was the equivalent essentially, and those were the same, the big 5, meaning that the Score is considered one of the 5 big ones in my head, at least. Whereas something like Pacific was a cheapy side thing, and Pro Set Platinum was not Pro Set; it was a side Pro set. You know, there was a actual regular Pro Set. Actually, I don't know that. I don't know that there was a 91 Pro. I know there's an 89. I know there's a 90. But for all I know, there wasn't a 91 Pro Set. Pro Set Platinum was the Pro Set. I don't know that. But I suspect that as far as the known cards, that's the most well known. If I'd have to pick my favorite, it's definitely one of these 2. I think that one is, but because I've seen it so much more than I've seen that one, like I never seen this one until we pulled it ourselves on What's in the Box Wednesday. There's something about this one that really sticks out to me. Probably, however, it is the least valuable of the 3. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. All right, now we're getting into something fun and different. And there are 5 of them. I've been wanting to send these for a while. I think it's time. I expect bad grades. But these 5 holograms: Wave Rider, Hawkman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Superman are from the 1992 Series 1 DC Comics cards. And I've had these in my collection for, well, since 1992 probably. I was going to say probably even earlier, but no, not earlier. But yeah, I like to lock them down. I don't know that I'd ever get rid of them, no matter what the grade is. And I don't know that I could afford it. I assume that the boxes for this stuff now are just way too expensive, and I can't get one. I'll have to look, actually. But with that being said, I talked about it in the last video, how I'm doing a Topps black gold set from 1993, I think it is. And if I get the whole set, I don't really care about the grades. I want to put the whole set together. Maybe I'll upgrade the grades, but in my dream scenario where I have unlimited money and unlimited, well, that's not true. If I had unlimited money, I'd go after other stuff. But where I have unlimited time to eventually get everything I want, I'd have a full 36 card set. That's a guesstimate of that black gold, all in 10. This would be another one that I would like to get the whole set of you know, eventually. I'm a big fan of the holograms from back in the day. I'm a 80s and 90s collector, and holograms were all the rage back then. You don't see them nearly as much anymore. I don't know if you ever see them anymore. I can't think of the last time I saw a hologram that wasn't pulled out of one of these older boxes. But yeah, I'd love to put together a set if I could of these. I'm always looking for stuff to purchase, to open, and maybe next time I'm looking, I'll see what a box of this, if I could find one, what a box of this would cost. Okay, there we go. So that's Wave Rider. This is Hawkman. Yeah, I'm a little sad. There's nothing wrong with Wonder Woman. I like the Wonder Woman card. She's one of the big three. And I guess you could say Green Lantern is one of the big seven. So 3 of the 5 are big name players. But I don't know. There are other characters that I would have liked. I don't even know. I mean, obviously there's a Batman somewhere. And if I could only have a Batman or a Superman, I'm more a Superman guy. So I've got the Superman. That's nice. If only one of these came back in a high grade, it'd be the Superman is my hope. If I never put this set together, I'd have no qualms about getting rid of the other 4 and just keeping the Supes if it was a high grade. So there's hoping for that. But I need more touches. But yeah, I'm wondering what other, obviously there's Batman and there's probably the Flash. But once you get past those, Aquaman, and those, there's a big 5. Sorry, there's a big 3, and then there's a big 5. Then I say 7, but who's the 7th? Because, I'm sorry. There's a big 3, 5, and then big 7. So the big 3 is Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the Trinity. The big 5 adds the Flash and Green Lantern, and the big 7 adds Aquaman and Martian Manhunter. Now, I don't know if Martian Manhunter has a card. I can see, there's no doubt in my mind that Aquaman has a card and Flash and Batman have cards. But, I don't know, there was a time until the JLA series came out, Martian Manhunter always seemed like the redheaded stepchild. Like they never included him and stuff. And maybe I misread that situation. It's just how it always felt to me. So I would not be surprised if he was left out just because of my feelings of that. But you know what? There's a list right here on the back, I think. Hologram Hall of Fame. Clark Kent and Lois Lane, Darkseid, Deathstroke the Terminator. See, that's one that I would want. Yep, nope. There's no Batman. Holy cow. It is Clark and Lois, Darkseid, Deathstroke, Flash, Green Lantern, Hawkman, Lobo, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Wave Rider. So I wonder what the thinking is. What I will say is this is Series 1. I'm willing to bet that Series 2 has 10 more people, including Batman and Aquaman at least. You may get Lex Luthor and the Joker, or, stuff like that in there too. But yeah, I wonder what the thought process with Wave Rider is. I wonder if he was someone that in their heads they were pushing as a to me, if you're gonna do that, well, I will say this: Wave Rider has that. I was gonna say, if you're gonna do that weird thing, why not do Firestorm or something like that? But now that I think about it, Wave Rider has that weird, like, cosmic in that world, and with Dark Side there, maybe this has something to do with a specific. Maybe it has to do with a specific storyline or something. Maybe, I don't know. Although Deathstroke the Terminator being there doesn't make all that much sense, but who knows? Who knows? I miss my comic book days. I consider getting back in. In fact, I tried to get back during the pandemic. You know, I had extra money. Had that worked out, I might not be doing all this card stuff. But I started reading, and I was not impressed. Things changed, as they do over time, and if you're not there when it changes, it is a shock to the system when you're reading things and they've changed everything, and you're like, no thank you. I don't like the story, the pacing, the character changes, the development that's happened. Maybe if I had been here, I would like the change, but I just did not, and so I could not take it. I read almost everything Marvel and DC put out for a 3 or 4 month period, and then I just canceled it all, canceled my subscriptions, and said, nope, I'm out. I am out, because wow. And I invested that money that I was spending in comics into breaks. I believe I was doing them both for a while, but then it was just like, it just means I have more money for breaks. Alright, final card in this, and then we go with another one that's a really weird one. You're like, wow, what's with all these weird ones? Well, I will say this. At one point, I was going to send these off in January. Kind of wishing I had, except for I wasn't quite ready monetarily. And I was hoping that February would come and we'd have new, better monthly specials. As some of you know, and others may or may not know, the monthly specials. Oh, this Superman is way off center. I just noticed that. It's the type of thing you don't really look for when you're looking at a hologram. But you can see that it's bigger, how small this side is compared to that side. Oh well, we're not getting a 10 on the Superman. But anyway, so while I was doing this, a lot of my previous videos talked about how we're going to change how we do it. We're going to do the special each week or each month. One month it was, $15 for baseball cards between this year, and then it was $16 for NBA, and then, and I was going to follow along with the specials to try to get the best price. And now the specials have become, a cheaper price on instead of $45, it's $35 on this Express something per card or whatever. And it's like, okay, they're still giving out discounts, but not one that's worth anything. But last month, they did have one before. I think this month is the first month that can't get it in there, and I don't want to damage this card. I waited a long time to create this card. Here we go. On top of it, it's a hologram. It's the one where my fingerprints are going to stick out the most. So it was non-sports cards. It wasn't TCG. It was non-sports cards. So TCG would have worked as long as it wasn't a sport. And I had put together a grouping of 10 or 20 of those, and I was going to send those as well as other cards, and it was just I was going to get the discount on those. And then I waited, and now that's gone, and that's up to the same price. So I went through it and said, is there any of these? I've already separated them. Is there any of these I want to go? And I pulled out those, and I pulled out this R2-D2. R2-D2 is a top 5 character for me. For many years, he was my favorite character. He's still pretty high on my list, but I do love R2-D2. This is from the Young Justice TCG game. It's Young Jedi, Young Justice. It's not, just because it's foil doesn't mean it's rare. It's not rare. These are, like, I don't know enough about it. I don't remember anything about the game, really. But I believe that every character has one of these foil cards or something like that. I don't believe this card exists in a non-foil version. This is just the look of this card. And it's not like it's a rare card or anything. But it's a nice looking card. I like the look of the card. And I have a Darth Maul as well that I'm going to send in a future one, but this is R2 my character, so we decided to send him first. So I'm going to send it. We're going to see what happens with it. It's probably comes back 8 or something, and at that point I'm like, that's fine. I'll keep an R2-8. He's R2. If it were to get like a 10, then I'd have to consider sticking it in my trading box. We've talked about this before, how I want to put together, I have, I'm going to call it a Zion case, but it's not a real Zion case. It's some kind of a knockoff, I'm sure. But my Zion case, where I put in all my cards, I wouldn't necessarily be embarrassed. If I had this as a 10 and it was in there, people would look through and go, holy cow, that's kind of neat. I've never seen that before. I wouldn't be embarrassed to show it off. If it's like, oh yes, I'm walking around with this Brett Favre rookie, who cares? There's 18 million of them, I'm sure, and it's not so. So that kind of thing. All right, my last card in this 10 is the Don Mattingly 87. This one we pulled out of the 87 Topps box on What's in the Box Wednesday. This centering is really pretty good. Obviously this side has a little bit on it, but I do not think that's enough. I don't think that the difference there, if I put the little thing that tells me how much it's off, I don't think it's enough to lower the grade. And the above and below is just, the centering is so nice. And since we pulled this out of a box, it is fresh. The size is fresh. The corner's fresh. I don't see any reason to not get at least a 9 on this. I would love, again, like with the Mark McGuire, I would love for this to get a 10. I'd love for all my cards to get a 10, but I would really love for this to get a 10. I plan on putting together, you know me, guys. I've said it before. I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. I plan on putting together a Don Mattingly display case and getting every one of his base cards from 84 all the way through. In fact, I started looking at some of his minor league cards and stuff too. But I plan on getting everything I can in slab form and then working to bump it up. Get this, if it comes back a 9, great. Then I'll send off more until I can get a 10. But here we go, guys. Here's our 10 from this one is Don Mattingly, R2-D2, Superman hologram, Wonder Woman hologram, Green Lantern hologram, Wave Rider hologram, Brett Favre score rookie, Brett Favre Pacific rookie, and Brett Favre Pro Set rookie. Stick that right. Oh, and I put it over here. The Hawkman hologram. I don't know why I put it over there. I stick that right on top. That puts us to, let's see, I got 11 left and 46, so that puts us to 35 cards in my hand right here. We got one more video to go right here. And we will see you there in that video, which will be posted probably already by the time you're watching this, but we'll see. Bye-bye.